and welcome to my channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda Walton. Today I'm going to take this lovely image and turn this into a 5x7 card. So the inspiration of this card is definitely my husband. He suggested, since I did the girl a couple of months ago, that I do a guide. So here I am doing the guide based on my husband's suggestion. So I scoured the internet and I found this image. I'll put the image in the description. I can't remember where I got it, so I've got to go back and look. It was a while ago. But I used my print and cut feature in Cricut Design Space to print this image out, and I actually used something different this time. I found some old photo paper that I had in my stash, so I put it on some photo paper, so it's kind of glossy. I don't know if you can tell that. So it's really making this image pop. So I also cut out a matte backing that's slightly smaller than this, or I apologize, it's slightly larger than this, so that I can matte it. And then this is my card panel, my card base. And this was the Neenah Solar White Cardstock 110 pounds. So it's going to make a nice card. So the idea today is to go and attach the panel with some liquid adhesive. So I'm going to use my favorite craft glue and like that. And then I thought before I do that, though, I didn't put a sentiment. Now, I've got two ideas for the inside of the card. I can either use this to do another print and cut image, or I'm going to heat emboss. I haven't decided yet. But whatever I do, I'll let you know. So, I decided I was going to do some heat embossing. So I'm going to do it in 2 stages. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down my use my Versamark ink to lay down the happy birthday, and I'm going to be using some gold embossing powder that I got at my local craft store. I do have my anti-static tool that I got from scrapbook.com, pink and Maine, some anti-static powder. I have my well-loved, so I'm going to bring that in, extremely well-loved Misty stamping tool. Make sure I got the card on the right side. So I'm going to place this into my Misty. I ordered a sticky mat that's coming, so we'll just persevere with what I have. I just want to get it into the corner as best I can, because I have 2 of these, so if I can keep them aligned, so we'll do just, right. Okay, so the idea is to get this. Okay, this is driving me, so apologies, but this is gonna drive me insane. Okay, there we go. To get it right. Oop. So there we go. So in addition to doing a lot of the this is one of my as you can see, well-loved stamps. So that's my happy birthday. It's the happy. Yeah, happy. And I'm gonna move that right there. So I'm gonna eyeball it the best I can. You probably can't see it because I can. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to eyeball it the best I can to the center of the card. I don't go crazy with the centering. I just do what I can do, how I can do it. But the idea is to kind of get it centered. Eyeballing it, and then I actually use the grid lines on the Misty to see. All right, so that's, let me bring this over a little bit. into my magic tray. Try to tidy as I go. So the Versamark, sorry, let me see that. Before I do the Versamark, anti-static tool, powder tool is going down on there. So the anti-static powder. And so the idea behind this is only to get the embossing powder to stick on the stamped image or item. So, and then you just don't get that embossing powder on the rest of the card, because it's a bear to get off, but it just does makes it a lot easier. So let me just eyeball it again. That looks about right. So I'm gonna ink up and put plenty. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gotten too happy. It didn't stick down. As I was inking a little vigorously, yep, that stamp came right on off. So here's a trick I learned. I think I learned it from somebody, somewhere, on one of my crafting heroes. Make sure. Okay. I have been known to stamp things upside down. Is if you don't want it on your card and this is now out of alignment, go ahead and put a protective sheet, whatever you have, some packaging or some acetate or whatever. You can put that down over your card front or your card panel or your base, whatever. So this happens to be the inside of my card, and then it won't stamp on your card till you're satisfied. So I have taken that tip and trick to heart, and so it has saved me, like today. So let me be a little less vigorous with the pressing of the, oh my goodness, I'm going to, I don't know why, okay, now I got to research why that stamp's not clinging to the back of the, see, this is how you just overcome adversity. You just keep doing it until you just keep moving on. And so if I wasn't filming this, I would be cussing up a storm. I'm just saying. I sure would be cussing up a storm. I don't know why the happy birthday is not cooperating, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why it's not sticking on the, clinging to the back of the Misty. I really can't tell you why. Let's do this. Maybe I didn't put down enough pressure. I've never had that happen to me before, so I'm not quite sure how to remedy it. And quite frankly, this is the only happy birthday stamp I have for now. So it seems to me that I will be looking for another happy birthday stamp, probably a larger stamp. I like to do the embossing for the inside of my sentiments, because I, for the life of me, cannot get the foiling to work on my Cricut. I've tried it. I've lost patience. I've cussed. I just cannot figure out how to get it to work right. It's one of those things I haven't mastered yet. But I have other options, therefore, such as doing this gold embossing powder. And so I'm not sure, you know, I haven't really pursued just, I just don't want to waste my foil, you know, because, yeah, I forgot to grab my, did I bring it? I didn't bring it. So like I was saying last time, I film in one area because my computer's on one side of my craft room and my dream box is on the other side of my craft room. So when I'm filming, I have to bring everything to my other side of my craft room so that I have everything in hand. But best laid plan. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time. So you probably can't see the embossing powder very well. I'm sorry, the Versamark ink, because it's clear. It's a sticky clear ink. And I'm just using my sham here to make sure happy birthday impression is done very well. I have a container that I'm going to put and capture my embossing powder in. So I'm going to take this off of the Misty stamping platform and put this back in here and move this out the way. And I'm going to take my embossing powder. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording once I get the embossing powder down. And I'm just going to pour it on here. And I usually just stick my container with my embossing powder in there. And then I try to capture. Oh, that turned out really good. A few things. Oh yeah, perfect. All right. And so that's like my overflow. And I just put the top on it, and then I'll clean it up after, and I just stick the top on there and keep going until I'm done, because I might have to use it again. You never know. So as you can see, I got embossing powder here. So I'm blowing on it, the card, to knock off. Oh, knocked off too much. You see, I got that powder right there where I didn't want it. So when I use my heat gun to dry the embossing powder, it's gonna have a little, it's not gonna be perfect. I've done better, actually. I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the embossing powder to fill that gap. Because there was a gap in that Y on birthday. Now I can, so I'm going to really try to get that out of there without doing some major damage. So no, you can't see it. So here we go. I'm going to try to scrape that off. And I'm going to really try. I can get it off. Oh yeah, okay. Just looking for where I don't want the embossing powder to be. And just takes a little patience. I'm not gonna, like I said, if it's not 100% perfect, and I have gotten them where there's no embossing powder hanging out where I don't want it. So I'm gonna use the tip. So we will make it work. Not too bad. So I'm gonna come back, because the heat gun that I have, it's gonna be really noisy, y'all. That's the heat gun that I'm using. So it's gonna be really, really noisy, and I don't want to put you through that agony. So I'm back, and I don't know if you can see that, but I got a beautiful heat embossed happy birthday. So little confession time. While I was off camera, I had a couple of issues, so I had to do it twice. The one time I smeared the embossing powder, I got it almost done, and I let the heat gun get too close, and it just wiped out some of my embossing powder. So I don't know what's going on with this card front, but okay. So, but that was what it would look like, nice and shiny. I love the shine. Hold on, let me let the camera adjust so you can see it, so it's nice and shiny. So that would be the inside sentiment of the card. Now, when you're using the heat embossing, sometimes it will kind of warp the paper. So before I'm gonna put it, once I get the panel on, I'm gonna stick it under my mat so that it'll flatten back out. Okay, so now we're ready to work on the front panel. So I have my matte layer here. So you're not gonna see that spot, so thank the Lord. But I'm just gonna eyeball it, like do a dry fit here. All right, that looks pretty good. So that's what that's gonna look like. So I'm gonna take my liquid glue, so my Barely Art Craft glue, and put glue on the back of the panel. Like a nice line of glue. Try to hit all four corners. Oops. So that won't lift up. And I'm going to adhere. So this works for me. This is how I can get it to eyeball it correctly, to get it all four corners. No, you do you, and you do what you know what you do. What's your normal workflow, as we say. But that's how I'm able to make it look halfway decent. And so this is going to be the next one. Whoop, that's the wrong size. That's if I wanted to cover the whole card front. At first I was gonna do like cover the whole 5x7, so I did cut out a 5x7. So I said, oh no, I want to put a matte layer behind it, so I went and recut it. So that's what that is. And I got a phone call in the middle of filming. Alright, so I'm looking and trying to get it even on all four corners. I'm going to bling this out. So I'm going to get my bling out. I'm going to add some little sequins here and possibly in the front. But isn't that adorable? And that black matte just makes it pop, pop, pop. Alright. And then I have another style that I'm going to do. Pull this out. But I don't know if I'm going to heat emboss it, and I'm going to do it later. So that's going to be the guy, and I add it like that. So that's how that's going to look. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? And that just has some fireworks. So whatever is your jam, these are the, the options that I made for today. But I just wanted to show you this one. I'm going to finish it up with some bling bling. Oh, I'm sorry. I should do that neatly. Stack that away neatly on the other side. Crack myself up sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna go pull some bling from the bling bling. I'm not sure. Bear with me for a sec. Crafts bling. I have my bling out. Oh, here it is. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do gold or red sequence. So, and I got this from All That Confetti, and that might be, I don't think I like that. Already I can tell I don't like that. So it won't be red. It'll probably be gold. Whoops. Oh, you can count on me to make a mess. You can count on me to make a mess. I can count on myself to make a mess. Okay. So I'll just use the gold. Just knock that out. I might have to bring the light over just ever so slightly because I can't really see. I have to grab my pickup tool. Let's see. Here's my pickup tool. Got this from Amazon. This was Beth Dilly turned me on to this. So that's what I'm doing. I know I want one right there. I probably want another one. Oops, here. I celebrate. So you either gonna do 3, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I think my mom just came for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's where they're gonna lay. So just a second. Just a second. See, I've got the door shut, so they're all trying to come in here while I'm filming. All right, so just lay that down like that. I really love this pen glue. I mean, just the Zig glue pen. It is like my favorite thing to lay sequins down. It just like drop, stick. Oh, that came up a little bit more. Whoop. Well, I didn't want to pick you up. Okay, drop, stick. I should put my glasses on now because I'm having a hard time seeing where the glue is. I don't really need, I just need my glasses for distance. So I forget to when I'm in the house because I know where everything is in the house to put them on. Okay, so added the bling. Let me tidy up after myself. Oh, it's a war. If you should see my craft room behind me, it's like a tornado struck. Absolutely, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do, am I gonna do any bling on the inside? Oh, I think I'm good. So today, this is celebrating in style on your birthday. And then happy birthdays on the inside. So if you like what you see and you want to can have more, please hit the subscribe button below, add a comment, let me know if I'm doing well, if you like how I'm improving. I'm doing better and better every time I film. I'm getting a little bit better. So I appreciate you joining me on my craft journey, and I really appreciate your support, and I will see you next time.